Yo, what's good, y'all, man? We got Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, man. Official trailer breakdown, Easter eggs, and reaction. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna talk about, we're gonna do the breakdown Easter eggs. No cap. But yeah, finally the HD version of you know, Multiverse of Madness, man, finally came out today. You know what I'm saying, on the Wednesday, man. So yeah, but hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to do the Easter eggs. About to break it down, you know what I'm saying? He about to break it down, not me. He about to break it down, no cap. But yeah, let's get it.
Okay, so the official trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is now here, and throughout this video we're going to be breaking down the Easter eggs in it, giving our general reaction to it.
I kind of know what's going on, cause if you see What If, or saw What If though, you kind of expect what's going on. If you saw the first Doctor Strange, or not Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, you know what I'm saying, you know what's going on. So yeah.
And also talking about some of the rumors on the movie and its cast of characters. We got a first look at the film alongside Spider-Man No Way Home in its post-credit scene, and since then there's been several action figures and behind-the-scenes clips that tease what's going to be happening in the movie. Obviously, there's probably going to be some spoilers here, so if you don't want anything potentially...
Yeah, I already watched it, so yeah, it doesn't matter more.
Then I recommend...
Yeah, I watched that beat. It doesn't matter more.
And that you turn off now. Click the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe for breakdowns like this every day. With that out of the way, thank you for clicking this. Now let's get into the Multiverse of Madness. Now before we get into the breakdown of the trailer bit by bit, I kind of want to talk about the big reveals in it and how this ties into the other MCU properties and Marvel comic books.
Yeah, it ties in with the Wanda shit, Wanda and yeah, the Wanda shit.
Time codes will be linked below though, so if you want to skip ahead, then open the Eye of Agamotto and jump right into the breakdown. Now the big mind-blowing thing to take from this is what appears to be Strange Supreme from What If. It's long been rumoured that he's gonna be in the film, and Benedict Cumberbatch actually did an interview whilst What If was on, in which he couldn't show his face because he said it would spoil some surprises. We theorized at the time that this was because this variant of the character will be popping up in the film, and now I think that's the most likely thing, unless they're also taking it to the extreme and introducing his beast form. Now in case you didn't see What If, Strange Supreme was a version of the character in which Christine died during the car accident that originally destroyed his hands. Spurred on with finding a way to bring her back, he mastered the ways of a sorcerer and also the Time Stone. Strange travelled back to save her, but found it was a fixed point in time, and that no matter what...
No way, she gonna die, no cap. So that's why he turned, turned to that.
What he did, her death couldn't be altered. Thus he attempted to find a way to become powerful enough to basically break the rules, but in doing so it led to the death of his universe. In the show he absorbed several creatures, including a giant tentacled one that could either be Shuma-Gorath or Gargantos, who appears in this teaser. Because of this, he was able to shoot tentacles out of his hands, and we actually see this being carried out by the character during
one he did shoot,
one of the split-second cuts that we get in the trailer.
Dragon,
Squarespace lets you run your brand like a business with
He was left trapped on his own come the end of his solo episode, but Supreme somewhat found redemption after he helped save the multiverse from Infinite Ultron and also Killmonger. Left guarding these forces, it seems like his need for some company could have got the best of him, and he's now returned to pose what Mordo says is the biggest threat to the universe. We also know from
basically himself,
the action figures that Defender Strange will be in the film too, and we'll talk about him more in just a bit.
Defender Strange? They got Defender Strange? Damn, there's a lot of rarities. Damn, what the... we only heard about the Spring Strange, they got Defender Strange. Damn.
Interestingly, No Way Home confirmed that Strange was no longer the Sorcerer Supreme, and this title has now fallen to Wong. Guess he was in the right place at the wrong time, eh? Now I actually like Strange as more of the kind of rogue sorcerer that's destroying reality, and for Wong to be the leader. I think Wong's just more of a sensible character and someone that I would put in charge, and this would also explain why he was handling things at the end of Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Strange Supreme is a character that's driven by grief, and on the other side of this is Wanda, who's still living at what seems to be the mountain that we last left her at. After the events of Westview, she's been living in the multiverse of sadness, and though it's never been confirmed, it is possible that this is Wundagore Mountain that comes from the comics. In the source material, this is actually the location where the Darkhold was created at, and she's been obsessing over this long enough to grow an entire orchard. Symbolically, White Blossom is actually meant to represent peace, and in spirituality it's classed as being something that shows universal acceptance with life. Interestingly, trees that carry this are often called the trees of light, and symbolically they're an opposite to chaos. Wanda's magic is actually called chaos magic, and thus her planting these shows that she somewhat found peace until Strange disturbs this. Now, according to rumours on the movie, Wanda will be asked by Strange to help fix the multiverse, but she'll discover other versions of her children and then turn into a villain that has the power to destroy everything.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. She's like, yeah, you know, help you. This is, she's a smart one. She's a smart one, no cap.
I think that in this trailer, the Strange Supreme stuff could actually be a bait and switch, and we'll see.
That's what I was saying, like, cause a lot of people saying like he ain't the villain, like the main villain, or he ain't the villain at all. Though people saying Wanda, and it might be true, cause it said one clip she was casting some spell. I don't know what she was doing, but it looked like she was fat, and then, got a uniform on and shit. She was casting something. I don't know, man. So it might be the bait, just like Spider-Man. It was the bait. What I'm saying? It was misleading till we saw the movie, and then boom, right there. So it might be the same shit with this trailer and shit.
See her later become the main villain in the movie. I feel like Marvel is very much doing what Fox should have done with those 2 attempts at a Dark Phoenix film, and that we'll watch as she almost destroys the entire multiverse trying to get her kids back. Now that kinda ties into Defender Strange, and in the Age of Ultron graphic novel, we watched as the machine actually ended up destroying the world. In the book, Wolverine travelled back in time to kill his creator Hank Pym, but in doing so he made a world in which he wasn't there to help the Avengers during certain battles. This created a timeline in which all of the heroes now push the Defenders as the main team, and that was the major group instead of the Avengers. Defender Strange is clearly an alternate version of the MCU one, and we could end up seeing an alternate timeline involving him. According to the leaks on the film, we'll actually visit a timeline in which the Ultron Initiative worked as intended, and there'll be several bots that help to defend the planet. Now in Age of Ultron, we watched as this timeline was destroyed by the witch Morgan Le Fay, who launched an attack, and it led to Wolverine travelling back in time to stop himself from killing Hank.
Yeah, I heard, but he was in that bitch too, but I don't know yet. We don't know, but yeah.
Hank Pym. Morgan was a witch as well, much like Wanda, and thus I'm kinda thinking that they're gonna adapt several elements of this book and change things up so that it fits the MCU.
I quench that thirst.
I think Strange is going to be really confused over exactly what's happened with the multiverse, and this will be why he reaches out to Wanda instead of just fixing things himself. If we look at things from his point of view, because he no longer remembers Peter Parker, he very much has no idea why the multiverse is cracked open. Because he doesn't remember what caused it, he probably doesn't know how to fix it, and I believe that this will set up why he turns to her. Now the trailer opens with dialogue from No Way Home, but also alternate takes from the trailer involving the exchange with Wong. It also carries across elements from when Strange told Peter that the multiverse was something they know frighteningly little about. From here we get a close-up of Strange's broken watch, which you might remember was a gift that he got from Christine in his first film. This had a big focus on watches, time, and the time stone, and it somewhat also foreshadowed him breaking time open at the end of the movie. The fact that Strange isn't wearing this makes me think that it might actually be Strange Supremes, and that he could be finding this in the dark and dingy Sanctorum that we see him walking up the staircase of. I also saw it as being purposely done to look similar to the Sanctorum window, which is of course the thing that Strange spends a lot of time in front of. The shattered glass with Strange at the center of it could also reflect how the multiverse is now cracked open because of his actions. And yeah, it wasn't Peter's fault the spell got botched. Lad should have laid out the ground rules before even trying it, you stupid son of a bitch. Now Mora then says,
Damn, folks, why you gotta be like that, man? Shit.
Desecration of reality will not go unpunished, and we know from the ending of the last movie that he's hunting wizards. We know from the action figures that he will be called Master Mordo, but I actually have a theory that the one we see in the trailer will be a version from another reality. Potentially, he could have discovered the Strange Supreme version and have come across to the MCU to warn us, Steven, about how much of a threat to the multiverse he is. And I actually love to see it if Mordo recruited him, and he's the one who made Steven go into another reality in order to confront himself. And next we see Strange in a snowy New York, and he then looks at a skyscraper which has been split in half. On the left hand side we can see the spire, with the one on the right having elements of it floating into the sky. This is not too dissimilar to what happened in What If.
Yeah, I was saying just like what up, yeah.
When reality started to break open, and this could potentially belong to Strange Supreme. We then get a shot of Wanda causing her chaos magic to flourish, and not too long after, a shot of her in her costume that she manifested at the end of WandaVision. If you cast your mind back to the ending of WandaVision, then you'll remember that she absorbed Agatha's powers, so this could also explain why she started to head down a darker path. I absolutely love this look, and it works really well for her when she's a hero, but it also works if she's gonna be the villain. At one point in the teaser, we see Wong being attacked by something magical, and I do think that this will be her.
I was like, Wanda don't be, you know, shit.
Later on, we watch as several of the wizards come together at Kamar-Taj, and this could be her attacking, much like how Morgan Le Fay did in the comics. She isn't in this shot at all, potentially teasing to us that she's the one they're facing off against. If you look closely at the explosions, they do have a red tint to them, so it may be her.
Oh, yeah, she's the bad wolf. Yeah, no cap. Yeah. Yeah, no cap.
Or it may be a reach. Now from her, we also see Christine Palmer on her wedding day, and Uta Strange standing in one of the pews. She's clearly not getting married to him. Nick West is also standing beside him, who you'll probably remember as being the doctor from the first movie that Strange told to cover his watch.
Hi, I'm Olivia, and this is Skin You on Layering. Have you ever wondered if you're applying your skincare products?
This watch, of course, tied back to the theme of watches and time, and as I've been saying, it's all connected. I've been telling you for months now and you haven't been listening, but it's all connected, and you look stupid because you didn't believe me, you idiot. Sorry about that, some in my throat. Now, according to the plot leaks, this scene is actually meant to start quite near the opening of the movie, but the ceremony will be interrupted when Gargantos attacks New York. During this, Strange will also meet America Chavez, who has returned to the MCU from another reality. The film is meant to open in another reality with her, a variant of Wong and Strange, and a monster that kills the latter two. She will then travel into the MCU and tell Strange that there's a dark terror moving across the multiverse, which will kickstart the events of the movie. We then see the back of America's jacket, which has a star on it, and from
we saw her too, yo.
Being told in the movie, America's portals will open up as stars instead of the typical circles that we see from the wizards. This actually pulls from the comics. I think it'll be such a cool effect in the film. We do actually see what potentially could be one of those portals. Even though it happens so fast, it's difficult to make out, but it does look like a star shape. Now, the movie is taking place less than a year after the blip, and it's a bit quick for Christine to find someone and arrange a wedding. Therefore, I think that she probably met this person during the 5 years after the snap, and that would explain why Strange looks so devastated. If we find out that he basically lost the love of his life because he wasn't there during the 5 years, I think it'll add another layer to the movie, and I'd love that to be thrown into the mix of the film. Next, we cut to a hatch door opening to reveal a rotating universe where the gravity is completely off its axis. Behind him, we can catch Wanda and America, so we are definitely going to be seeing the pair in this reality. We then see Strange conjuring chaos magic himself in a sanctum with a broken window. In order to stop chaos magic, one might have to wield it, and thus it does make sense that he would be going toe-to-toe with Wanda at this point. Now next we get a shot in which Gargantos appears in New York, and it throws a bus at Strange. Though people initially believed that this was Shuma Gorath, and some people on this channel may have reported that, we know from the LEGO leaks that this is actually Gargantos. Gargantos is actually a monster from the sea, and initially this was a Namor villain, potentially teasing that he'll be showing up in Black Panther 2 like he's been rumoured to. We then end with Strange coming face to face with the darker version of himself, who says things got out of hand. We closed out on Strange Supreme holding this pocket dimension in his hand, potentially teasing that it got out of hand. But terrible pun. Now, I do say that we can't always take things like this at face value, so it might not even be Strange Supreme, and knowing that Defender Strange is in this movie too means that we could end up getting lots of alternate variants of the character. I think that would be the best way to explore the multiverse, and Strange being the villain of his own movie does make a lot of sense if our theories and the leaks are wrong. Now, as for my thoughts on the film, I really can't wait to see it, and I love how dark that this first look.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it too. Should be fire though. No cap. Coming in May. Yep, May.
Is. WandaVision was of course a massive show,
Yep.
and now everyone wants to know what's going to happen next with not only her, but also Strange after No Way Home. Sam Raimi is also someone that people in the comic book movie community love, and there's so many different elements coming together for what I think will be a massive movie. I've heard a lot of characters are returning from things like the Foxverse and also the extended properties that Disney have acquired. There's also rumours that there's going to be big actors playing variants of existing ones, and we're in for a massive movie that will have some big surprises. Now you guys know how much of a DC fan that I am, and though people are saying that No Way Home has kind of killed the momentum for The Flash, I actually think that the Multiverse of Madness will do it even more. From what I've heard, this movie is going to be absolutely insane, and we're barely getting a taste of what's going to be happening.
Yeah, we're just getting a little teaser, man. But when we get that first trailer, whew, no cap, that shit gonna be fire. No cap, this fire too, but that first trailer, whew, what's I gotta say though, man? That's no cap.
Film. Kinda sucks that Marvel will have 2 big multiverse movies out by the time that DC get their first one, and with it releasing 2 months before The Flash does, I kinda think it might suck all the air out of the room. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens, as we now have 2 studios tackling the same sorts of concepts, but obviously let me know your thoughts below on the situation. Now if you enjoyed the video, then please drop a thumbs up, and also don't forget that we're running a competition on the channel right now to give away some box sets. All you have to do to win is leave a comment, leave a like, and make sure you subscribe with notifications on. The winners of the last competition are on screen right now, so if that's you, then get in touch with me on Twitter at HeavySpoilers and we'll sort you out. If you're bored and want something else to watch, then we've got a video on screen for you right now, but if not, then I appreciate you taking the time to watch this until the end, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I've been Paul, you've been the best, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, peace.
But yeah, leave a like, man, to my channel, man. Let me know what y'all think on the Easter eggs, man. Let me know in the comment down below. Let me know y'all gonna watch Doctor Strange though. You know, in May though. Let me know kind of below. But yeah, I'm out. Yeah, alright. Peace.